Students of Success, Dr. Mike here. Do you attack what you lack? What do I mean by that? Most often, people attack others on certain issues based on the insecurities, the hurt, and the fear that they have inside of themselves. Nobody that feels good about themselves, that likes who they are, that has pride and confidence, goes out and attacks others for the things that they've accomplished, the things that they've done, the life that they're leading. Some of these people, because of their laziness and their lack to do the work, take this as a sport. Take it as a game. They love to undermine other people, and they love to be able to surround themselves with others who are like-minded. It becomes like a big cluster of a disease. Have you ever heard somebody say, if you're a positive person, you think you're better than everybody else? Why would somebody say that to you? Why would they even care what you think? Have you ever heard yourself saying such a thing? If you have, you need to eliminate that type of talk. What other people say and what they think, that's completely up to them. But why would somebody say to you, you think you're better than everybody else? It's because they're trying to pull you down because they lack the will and the discipline to be able to go out and get it. These people that attack you on things would trade positions with you in a heartbeat if they had the opportunity. If you're living a healthy lifestyle and they're attacking you for it, don't think for a second that they wouldn't trade places with you with that. If you're doing well in your career and everything's going your way because you're putting in the hard work and the discipline, and people say like, oh, you're a try hard, or they're cutting you down all the time and spreading gossip and rumors, they would trade places with you in a heartbeat, but they're not willing to do the work. The relationships they're building, they're all poisonous. They're poison. They like to surround themselves with this poison because it feels good. And they'll go through the day like pretending that this stuff isn't bothering them, that they just want to attack. But I'm telling you, when they go home at night and they take their clothes off and they're getting ready for their shower, and they're the only person that they are seeing is themselves in the mirror, they hate themselves. And I know this because I used to be one of those type of people. You've got to be, the world reflects who we are. Whatever we're feeling inside is what we're seeing on the outside. Think about it. If we are happy and content and we are disciplined and we have pride, we are not seeing hurt and misery and disgust and anger around us. But if we are feeling those things on the inside, hurt, anger, disgust, depression, the world reflects that back to us. It's amazing how we create our own reality on a daily basis. And the worst part is that so many parents push this hurt onto their own kids without even knowing it. They're pushing these insecurities in their health. I mean, if you have a parent that is overweight and it hurts you, you have all this pain and hurt inside, and you pass that along to your children, it's almost like child abuse. If you have the insecurities of different things in your life and different vices, and you're passing that on to your kids, what are you doing? So we got to get ourselves straight. I talk a lot about this, about working on ourselves, working on our mindset in those three areas of our fitness. And I can tell you, from myself, because I've been on both sides, that I don't care how much money you have, how well you're doing in your career and your relationships. If you don't feel good about your health, the rest of those things are not going to live up to that level. You might not live up to that level if you're not taking care of yourself, and vice versa. If everything seems to be going bad for you in your life, I would start you off with 3 months of completely focusing on your health and fitness. Because if you can get that straightened out, you can get that geared away for you, you'll see the rest of the things in your life start to change. When you stop the drinking, when you stop the smoking, when you stop the drugs, when you stop all that type of stuff, you stop the excuses, you take full responsibility for your health, those same things, that mindset will trigger and go right into your career, right into your relationships. You'll start avoiding those type of people that don't connect with you. And the hardest thing is with these people, and I tell you to eliminate them from your life, but if they're family members or they're co-workers that you can't get around, how do you deal with this? I mean, the only real solution, if you can't eliminate them from your life, is you got to just be able to block them out and continue to live your best life. It is not your responsibility to bring yourself down so they don't feel bad about themselves. Never, ever lower or dim your light so others don't feel bad. It's not your job. Brighten your light so you can help them as an example. Now, you're not going to be able to help everybody because some people just love to live in misery. I see it around. It seems like it's the norm. People just love it because it gives them an excuse, and since so many people are living in that type of a lifestyle, they feel good about it. It's a shame that in this time of our lives, in 2024, that being fit is almost like looked upon in a negative manner. 60 years ago, it would have been looked at exact opposite. If you weren't, you'd be looked at like, what are you doing? Today, if you are fit, you work out, you take care of yourself, you're like an oddball. People are just like, what's wrong with you? Why are you doing that? Do you think you're better than everybody else? Well, man, you know what? Maybe I am. And that's what you need to think to yourself. Maybe I am. Maybe I have the discipline to do these things. And maybe I'm setting an example for my family. Maybe I'm setting an example and most importantly, I'm setting an example for myself of what's possible. Because there are only so many days. And I talk a lot about this, if you do not realize at this point that you are not sure if tomorrow will be here, you've got to really just digest that and get that into your mind. There are no do-overs. When your time here on this earth ends, you end. Nobody knows what happens after that, but it's not a physical presence on this planet. So if you are not living the very best healthy lifestyle that you can, then you're just squandering this opportunity. The same thing with your money and your career. When people say money's not everything, no, it might not be, but it sure is nice to be able to pay the bills. It sure is nice to be able to, and money is just a representation or a reflection of the value and the energy that we put out there. Take away the greenness of it, or the numbers. It is just like an energy scale. If you are adding more value, your numbers go up. If you're adding less value, your numbers go down. And there's a connection between everything with that energy and those values, between your health and fitness and career and relationships. It all is an energy. So think about that as you go through your day. What type of energy level are you living in? A high energy level or a low energy level? And there are only so many tomorrows. So go out there, live your best life, eliminate people, the negative from it, and if you can't, just keep shining your light as bright as you possibly can. And I'll talk to you tomorrow, guys.